Good morning, listeners. It is Monday, the 24th of November, 2025, and we're heading into the end of the month. Short week this week. We're going to do Trader's Daily Discipline today, tomorrow, and Wednesday, and then we're gone for Thanksgiving here in the United States. So hope you get an early head start on that. Spend some time with friends and family. It'd be wonderful. Don't really have any house cleaning for you other than to say let's get started. I've got something I think you'll like as a start for this week. Perhaps the most valuable result of all education is the ability to make yourself do the thing you have to do when it ought to be done. Whether you like it or not, it is the first lesson that ought to be learned, and however early a man's training begins, it is probably the last lesson that he learns thoroughly. And that was said by Thomas H. Huxley. And for those of you who don't know who Thomas H. Huxley is, he was known as Darwin's bulldog. He's one of those poor souls who think that once he understands something and it makes sense to him, that automatically means it is accurate and correct and authentic. He was a biologist and an anthropologist, and he thought the theory of evolution was wonderful. And as some of you may know, at this state of development in science and research, almost no one accepts the theory of evolution as the actual answer as to how we all got here. They believe it might be part of the answer now, not the whole answer. And that being said, I'll let you all just go ahead and get all mad and angry if you happen to be one of those people who don't believe in the creationist theory. And you can get mad if you want. Not going to change a thing, because the fact of the matter is, Darwin was not correct. So there is something else, and we just have to accept that, which is the whole point of this particular thought. The ability to make yourself do the right thing, whether you want to or not, whether you like it or not. In order to win at trading, you have to change your thinking. Whether you want to or like it or believe it, you have to. It's not negotiable. Once you discover the error of your ways, you cannot find a compromise that allows you to stay a little bit wrong. That you can't function that way. You will drive yourself insane. And in fact, the halls of Congress are full of people who believe half things halfway and they think they're correct, and look at how insane those people are. Seriously, just take a look. I'm just saying that to give you some food for thought to start your Monday. If you really want to win at this business and do the absolute best level performance that you're capable of, you have to confront the possibility that maybe your thinking is in error, that your education to do the right thing, the thing you have to do when it ought to be done, whether you like it or not, it's the first lesson. You have to have the ability to change your mind and be okay with it. So many people think that what they have in their head as a belief structure is equal to who they are as a person. And that is not accurate. That's part of why most people have losses. Because they believe something so strongly, it's part of their inner core belief structure, that if they change it, they think they're going to hurt themselves, or they're going to cause a change in their thinking or who they are. The very common problem in shallow thinkers is the problem comes up to them as, I can't do that. That would change who I am. Well, maybe who you are needs to change. But see, that's not an easy concept for some people to grasp. One thing that I believe Mr. Huxley did make absolutely clear for all of us is that your real training begins when you accept the fact you've got to make training changes. There's things that have to change. That's the best thing you can do. You learn that lesson that says, look, something has to change. I'm going to have to change with it, and I got to do it now. And I'm going to follow through on that. Whether I like it or not, I'm going to start to. I'll give you a perfect example of my own trading career, and then I'll let you guys get to your day. I hated taking notes. Absolutely hated it. Because I didn't want to be bothered. I didn't want to be bothered sitting here writing stuff down. Or maybe I'd get creative and use a tape recorder. Well, that would mean that I'd have to go back and listen to myself talk for hours. No, thank you. Well, um, as time went on, and I saw all the people in my office that were making consistently have bulging books that they wrote stuff in constantly, and they checked stuff all the time, and they had it cross-referenced, and they'd go back to other things and look at that, and then make decisions. Maybe there is something to this. So I learned to write things down, and now one of my biggest trading challenges always remains, at the end of the day, write it all down. Write down all the trades. If you didn't write them, I used to write them, I still do, but I don't do it all the way. I used to write every trade down. The instant I did it, I'd log it in my log. I don't necessarily do that anymore. Sometimes I wait till the end of the day. But I got to do it. I got to write in those trades. I got to sit down and write out my notes. I have to sit down and record everything that went on in my day. And I hated doing that. So I thought about that long and hard. And I got a valuable result of that education. I created custom worksheets for myself that include the data that I want to record, so it's done easily and quickly, and it's definable, and I can cross reference it, and I can compile it. I actually invented a new way of writing down notes and all the rest for myself that makes a huge difference in my day. I think that is the whole point that I want to make for you. There's something about your trading that isn't working or could do better, and you got to learn that lesson, and then you got to enforce it. Whether you like it or not, you got to make a change. You got to get to it. Don't be one of those shallow thinking traders. Be one of those guys that really learns how to knock it out of the park because he's paying attention. All right, I'll let you guys go. I'll see you tomorrow on Tuesday. Have a great day.